A tough time to say the least at the moment for Repsol Honda. So there's a bit of home cheer this afternoon for Luca.
Apparently the Honda riders, Repsol Honda riders, both ran as engine. It turned better, stopped better, which is what points me in that direction, and spun up more, you know, like more wheel spin, and didn't work at Catalunya. Apparently Lucas, he said he's continuing that way to get information for Honda.
Leading light for Honda yesterday on the Idemitsu LCR machine. He was 19th fastest with a 146.079, just over a second behind Pekka Bagnaia. Pretty respectable fist of it right now.
Totally agree. In Catalunya, he was consistently the Honda to beat. So let's carry on if we can about these scenarios. I've said about the Pecco thing, the Alex Marquez one. There's two scenarios that I could imagine. You know, he almost ran into the back of Pecco. You know, it was scary. Pecco was there, and was he not looking far enough ahead? You know, because he almost hit him, and. But he said in the debrief he knew he was there from Sector 2, you know. He'd been seeing him riding slowly online from Sector 2, so it was possible to pass him there, you know, on the inside from my point of view. And anyway, he almost hit. Pecco was angry, and I understand that when you get a big adrenaline rush, you know, and he couldn't. He would have liked to keep pushing and finishing his lap, and he couldn't, you know. So I totally understand. But it seemed like he created the scenario, you know, meaning, and made a big scene of it, you know. That's the other possibility, and that is very difficult, you know. If that football style thing comes into our sport, you know, it would be disappointing and very hard for the guys upstairs in race control to see the difference. Which way is it? Is it true? Is it not? So hopefully, I don't like to think that scenario is true. Hopefully it just kind of could have been that, looked like it, but hopefully it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I think Pecco was angry that he might get the penalty. He didn't like the reaction of Alex. I think he thought it was, well, his words, he called Alex a good showman, didn't he, afterwards? I think it was... he believed scenario 2.
Yeah. Objector is Pekka Bagnaia will have a 3-place grid penalty for tomorrow's full 23-lap Italian Grand Prix. Does not play into... doesn't come into contention for the sprint this afternoon, so if he does qualify on pole position, he'll be able to start the sprint in pole, but it would mean he would be pushed back to 4th on the grid for tomorrow's main Grand Prix. We just saw there, didn't we, in pit lane, Paolo Campanotti, Prima Pramac Ducati boss, who's been making some headlines. Of course, Marquez on the eve of this Italian Grand Prix saying he's not entertaining a switch to Pramac for next year, regardless of whether it would guarantee him a Ducati GP.
Invece arrivata, hanno provato a fare appello in Ducati, però l'appello è stato rigettato e quindi nel Gran Premio di domenica, questo prevede la regola, dovrà scontare 3 posizioni.
Che se fa la pole position partirà quarto, cioè esatto. Dalla prima fila passa alla seconda e dovrà cercare di fare il miglior tempo possibile proprio per non andare oltre la seconda fila. Poi devo dire che sì, perdi comunque una fila, la perdi, ma è recuperabile subito, già con una buona partenza.
Oliveira stava tirando, per la verità poi il tempo finale sul giro dice, eccoli qua, che Oliveira era nel giro di lancio, è un giro che ha fatto in 2 minuti, quindi forse per uniformità di giudizio andava investigato anche questo, ma qui si entra poi inevitabilmente in quel campo nel quale si fanno veramente tante discussioni sulla come dire, affidabilità, diciamo, di questo organo di controllo in maniera consociata e corporativa, perché altrimenti...
Allora,
interpretazioni relative alla sua giornata di ieri, anzi una relativa alla giornata dell'altro ieri, dove dice che evidentemente ha sofferto la dichiarazione di Marquez, che in qualche modo si è messo sulla sua stessa posizione. Mauro Grassilli dice al momento non è sul tavolo di avere 5 GP25 l'anno prossimo, 5 GP25
anche farle
perché sì. Esatto, perché poteva voler dire allora se Marquez non vuole andare in Pramac, metti che voglia rimanere al team Gresini, il team Gresini potrebbe magari eventualmente avere una quinta Moto Factory. No, la Ducati dice no, non è facile, non credo che nessun team sia strutturato per avere 5 Moto Factory ultra aggiornate, per cui Mauro Grassilli, direttore sportivo del team.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Rins yesterday did a outstanding lap with his new tyres. He was really, really good on the time attack. Actually, it's Fabio Quartararo that's got a little bit better race rhythm. So Fabio is looking really good for the race, and if he can get through Q1, he will, you know, he's let's say his race pace is somewhere in between 5th and 8th, you know, something like that, which is for Yamaha a good step. You know, it's a good step forward. So it looks like with that new aero, they found something there. It was clearly something an area that we knew compared to the, you know, the Ducati, the Aprilia, and the KTM, where Yamaha was not quite there. So yeah, nice to see them making inroads, and nice to see the riders as well, you know, feeling confident about this, because when you, as a rider, you know, when you see that your package is not good enough to go and compete and go and fight for top 5s or for podiums, it's difficult to stay motivated. But when you see like improvements like this, and you know things are going the right way, this is gonna, you know, motivate the whole team, motivate the riders as well to push further.
Now got the soft rear tyre in, all preparations going on for the sprint. What's going on with Martin then? 13th quickest, as Susie said before this session, he was 7th overall yesterday, 5th in the first practice.
Yeah, it was if it was Marquez's best Friday, I'd say it was Martin's worst Friday. But there was nothing obvious. The bits when I saw him on track, I couldn't really see what was happening, but he just didn't put together a good day. So
7th on the grid cost him really in Barcelona. What I mean by that is he never really I know he led in the race, and that was thanks to an excellent start, but you did feel like Bagnaia then came back to him.
he had that crash, didn't he, though? That was in qualifying, wasn't it? Was it in qualifying or was it in this session? I can't quite remember. Yeah. He crashed at turn 2, he lost the front, and that's why he ended up qualifying 7th. He had better pace in Barcelona, but yeah, here he's just looked slightly off it.
I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for Martin to be involved.
I don't.
But it feels like Bagnaia has the edge on everybody. Look at this in this session already, 3/10 quicker than Marquez. And as I say, he won here last year, race and sprint. Won the year previous, if you remember, on Ducati on his way to his first world title. And this was the statement win. This was the...
3 Aprilia nei primi 10, quindi è stata una giornata positiva. Come sta andando dal tuo punto di vista e qual è il lavoro da fare oggi?
Con uno di fianco e impostare un sorpasso, cioè secondo me è uno dei punti che ti fa capire di più che cosa e chi è un pilota di moto che lo fa per mestiere. Sconvolgente.